Kazakhstan has chosen the multi-vector integration. Its trends, collisions, and prospects are coming up in the Single Market Program.
Hello, I am Pavel Koktushev. You're watching the Single Market Program. In 2015, Kazakhstan gradually started to implement the visa-free program under the initiatives targeted to enhance the partnership with the foreign countries and improve the investment climate. In the first year, this program and regime was available for 19 countries. Effective from the 1st of January 2017, the list of countries that can take a chance to visit Kazakhstan expanded to 48 countries. This updated list includes the Czech Republic as well. How the trade and economic relations are developing today between Kazakhstan and this European country, you can find from our next story. The Czech Republic is among the economically successful countries. Per capita income is $31,000. It is one of the highest rates among the countries in Central and Eastern Europe. The Czech Republic is considered to be the industrialized country that produces competitive products. By the way, the Czech Republic was the first to produce such branded goods as Bohemian Glass and Tatra trucks, which won in the Dakar Rally more than once. But today, the economy of the Czech Republic slowed down and therefore it needs restarting. We have strong competitors not only from China, but Korea, Italy, and Germany. We are doing our best to maintain our position, search for new partners, and justify the fact whom we are working with, that we are willing to work. Today, more than 100 companies are working in Kazakhstan involving the Czech investments. In this case, the range of areas they're focusing is quite extensive. I mean the construction sector, pharmaceuticals, the energy industry, and the machine building industry. Assembly of the Czech Skoda cars is one of the good examples of our cooperation. More than 20,000 cars have already been produced over the last 10 years. We also have different engineering and other companies working in Kazakhstan. I believe that the potential for cooperation between our countries is far from being exhausted. Due to the increased competition in the domestic and export markets, the Czech Republic is looking for new opportunities for developing its business. Meanwhile, Kazakhstan needs the inflow of foreign investments and transfer of the European technologies.
Я думаю, что потенциал сотрудничества с Чешской Республикой еще далеко не исчерпан.
We are intending to keep on actively developing our economic partnership with the Czech Republic. For this purpose, the government is making its energetic efforts to improve the investment climate. Our main objective is to make Kazakhstan as a regional attractor for investments. Mutual interests motivate both Kazakhstan and the Czech Republic to expand their economic and trade relations. The more so because both countries have a high transit potential. The Czech Republic acts as a window to Europe. Kazakhstan is a window to the Pacific and the Persian Gulf countries. Kazakhstan asserts itself as a business transit logistics hub in Central Asia, a broad bridge between Europe and Asia, a gateway to the market of the Eurasian Economic Union, China and Iran. I invite the Czech Republic to use new transport and logistics opportunities of Kazakhstan.
Казахстан позиционирует себя как деловой, транзитный и логистический хаб.
By the way, within the Eurasian Economic Union, the products produced by the joint Kazakh-Czech companies will be supplied to the Russian, Belarusian, Kyrgyzstani and Armenian markets without any restrictions.
Приглашая чешскую сторону к использованию новых транспортно-логистических возможностей Казахстана.
It is one of the windows of opportunities for developing the Kazakh and Czech partnership. In addition, today, Kazakhstan has a need for technologies transfer, buying equipment for the priority economical sectors, for example, for constructing the power plants using alternative energy sources. In this case, the Czech company Fans is ready to provide its services. This company for years has been cooperating with the Kazakh companies in the power generating sector. In the past, this company supplied the equipment for standard power plants. After development of the bioenergy industry, the Fans company offers systems for hydro and helio power plants.
Я думаю, что как Чехия,
I believe that the Czech Republic is very interesting for Kazakhstan as an industrial country that has always had a good technical level. I hope we can cooperate in this area with very good results.
мы можем очень хорошо сотрудничать.
In addition, the tourist industry has good prospects for developing the mutual relations. Moreover, 6 years ago, Kazakhstan and the Czech Republic have signed the tourist industry-related cooperation agreement.
and then he says how the country was beautiful, and it opens the door to the businesses. We will work on not only exchange of tourists between the two countries, but also we would like to find out some investment possibilities for investors regarding the tourism in the Czech Republic and, on the contrary, in Kazakhstan.
Karlovy Vary resorts in our capital city, the Prague city, are very popular in the Czech Republic for Kazakhs. These resorts are famous for their unique mineral waters. Prague is a city where every corner piece remains an antique shadow and an echo of antiquities. In return, Kazakhstan offers the tourists of the Czech Republic to visit Astana, Almaty, Shymkent, Taraz, Turkestan cities, which may surprise with their contrast, modern architectural looks and oriental flavor. The upcoming Expo exhibition in Astana is a good reason to explore Kazakhstan. By the way, at the Expo, the Czech Republic will present its pavilion in the field of the tourism area. Therefore, in 2017, both countries will be able to learn more about each other.
Газета «Нью-Йорк Таймс» поместила на своих страницах.
The New York Times published a ranking of 52 must-see places in 2017. This rating is remarkable for Kazakhstan for being the only EAEC country in the top list. Our expert, Alexander Galiev, to follow with the details.
У нашего эксперта Александра Галиева.
На мой взгляд, рейтинг составлен весьма изобретательно.
In my opinion, this rating is made very creatively, though only because it differs from the classical recommendations of the tourist agencies. Let's list the countries one by one. Canada heads up the top 5 countries advised by the New York Times to visit this year. It has the following arguments. This North American country still has undisturbed and virgin natural territories. There are 200 national parks in Canada. These national parks are amazing in their beauty and diversity of wild animals and plants. In addition, there is a good reason to explore the Canadian history and geography as the 150th anniversary of the Canada formation. Atacama Desert in Chile occupies the 2nd place. This place attracts with its heavenly, cosmic landscape. By the way, for information of the astronomy fans, the largest private telescope is installed in the Explora Atacama Hotel in Chile. Indian Agra is on the 3rd place. The city made its mark on the world by the fact that it was the capital of the great Mughal Empire in the Middle Ages, as witnessed by the magnificent structure, the Taj Mahal Mausoleum, and mosque, which is considered to be the masterpiece of the world architecture. The New York Times has placed the village of Zermatt on the 4th place. This village is based in Switzerland and surrounded by the famous alpine peaks, 4,000ers, especially because they will keep the 200th anniversary of the first rack and pinion railroad that lifts tourists up almost half a kilometer.
Который поднимает туристов вверх почти на 1,5 километра.
Top 5 countries recommended to visit this year are completed by the Republic of Botswana. This country is located in southern Africa near the Republic of South Africa. Botswana is called as the Kingdom of the Savannah, a home for exotic animal species, cheetahs, lions, giraffes, and antelopes. The world's largest population of elephants live in Botswana.
И, наконец, о сенсации.
And finally, the sensation of rating made by the New York Times. The American periodical advises Kazakhstan as must-see for tourists in 2017. It advises to visit Kazakhstan and discover the city of Astana, the youngest world capital city. By the way, Kazakhstan is taking quite honorable middle position in the top list, the 26th place.
Среди аргументов в пользу посещения Астаны международная...
Other reasons for visiting Astana include the International Exhibition Expo 2017 and the well-developed city infrastructure represented by the high-level hotels, wide network of restaurants offering various cuisines, significant architecture, those including the world masterpieces, Han Shatir Shopping and Entertainment Center designed by the Englishman Norman Foster, and the Kazakhstan Central Concert Hall designed by the Italian architect Manfredi Nicoletti. It is quite possible that Astana will be the first but not the last step to discover Kazakhstan, which is abundant for its unique historical and geographic locations. I mean the heavenly beautiful wild landscapes, the Cherin Canyons, Aksu, Ustyur Plateau, the Altai and the Tian Shan Mountains, and certainly the monuments listed in the UNESCO World Heritage List, such as the Mausoleum of Khoj Ahmed Yassawi, Tamgali petroglyphs, ancient cities along the Silk Road. So welcome to Kazakhstan. That's all I have for the moment. I'm Alexander Galiev. See you in the next Single Market.
До встречи в программе «Рынок без границ».
Kazakhstan is one of 10 countries that have the largest territory. This factor is a background for neighboring other countries. Moreover, it is typical for all Kazakhstani regions, the southern, western, eastern, and northern regions. Margarita Chudakova was finding out how this near-border geography, combined with the industrial potential and availability of the special economic zone, affects the development of the Pavlodar region. Pavlodar region is on the special place in the informal ranking of Kazakhstan, the most attractive regions for investors. First of all, Pavlodar is abundant with the natural, power-producing, and water resources. Secondly, it has a special economic zone. Finally, unique geography is the basic factor. Pavlodar region shares borders with 3 Russian regions, such as the Altai Territory, Omsk, and Novosibirsk regions. Border location, extensive network of highways and railways, potential for river traffic, and availability of the international status airport, in addition to the overall favorable business climate within the country, all these factors inspire the neighboring Russian regions to cooperate with the Pavlodar region. You have all the major taxes, such as income tax for individuals, VAT. All these taxes are lower than in Russia. At least those living in the border regions, many of these people are going to Kazakhstan, register and work there. We consider Pavlodar as a bottleneck, as a real gateway to Russia. I mean, all Trans-Urals, Tyumen Northern District, and all of them are discovered through us. According to our estimates, the logistics costs are reduced twice as a minimum. Damilya Tasmangambetova lives in Russia. For more than 20 years, she is focusing on the production of the home textiles, bed linen, bedspreads, blankets, and pillows. This is an underwool, this is camel wool, and this is silk. Damilya purchases raw materials in China and produces the textiles in the factories based in Kursk and Vladimir cities, and sells them in more than 300 stores across Russia. One of the new projects of the Russian entrepreneur is associated with opening of the enterprise in Pavlodar. We have decided that it would be better if our production facilities moved to Kazakhstan, as it is an economic zone between our raw material source, based in China, and us, as we are in Moscow. By the way, let's talk about China. Pavlodar region keeps an active trade with this country. Today, the annual mutual sales volume is more than $500 million. China supplies the production equipment to the Pavlodar region. In return, the Pavlodar region exports the polypropylene and sunflower seeds to China. As shown by the results of the international forum Ertik Invest 2016 held in November 2016 in Pavlodar, in prospect besides the trading, the Chinese businessmen are planning to establish the joint ventures in Pavlodar. These enterprises will be operating in the processing of the agricultural products and coal chemical industries. However, they promise that such companies will work based on the most modern technologies. Kazakhstan and China are good neighbors from olden times, from the times of the Great Silk Road. So to say, our ancestors were friends, they were communicating. In return, we, being the current people with modern technologies, must do it better than our ancestors. Pavlodar Special Economic Zone is operating since 2011. Its total area is 3,300 hectares. In the nearest future, under the second infrastructure construction phase, they are planning to build a freight distribution center that would consist of the container terminal and temporary storage warehouses. In the meantime, the infrastructure facilities are operating within this area. These facilities are basic for opening new production facilities such as a water system, power supply network, motorways, and customs terminals.
Мы пересмотрели в корне, я бы сказал, то технико-экономическое обоснование, которое...
We have fundamentally reviewed the previous economic feasibility and adjusted it. In general, we have an approach. We have maximum conditions for developing infrastructure for the individually existing project.
Условия по созданию инфраструктуры именно индивидуально под существующий проект.
Currently, 5 companies are working within the special economic zone. These companies were formed by the Kazakh investments. In this case, 4 of them were formed within the chemical cluster. The main body of this cluster is based in the caustic plant. Construction of the doped aluminum production plant is a highly anticipated project under Pavlodar SEZ development. Construction of this plant is invested by the Russian and German companies.
Технология уникальная не только для Казахстана.
The technology is unique not only for Kazakhstan. Such technologies are used in 2 to 3 countries in the world. Both the aluminum ingots and molten aluminum cuts are used as a raw material. We will receive it here in the special economic zone in liquid form and then forward it to the deeper processing stage.
И дальше уже пускаться в более глубокие переделы.
We have 5 already implemented projects and 5 projects in progress. These are the results made by the Pavlodar SEZ for 5 years since the start of operation. Today, every single government invested Kazakh tenge returns multiplied by 15-fold. According to the forecast of the top management, the economic returns will be even greater in 3 years after the start of new enterprises. A few years ago, Pavlodar and Mangostau regions have agreed to cooperate in the joint investment projects to be implemented within 2 special economic zones, Pavlodar SEZ and Aktau Seaport SEZ. Therefore, today a new window of opportunity of Pavlodar SEZ can be seen through the prism of the Caspian Transit Corridor and region's participation in the global Chinese initiative, One Belt, One Road. Margarita Chudakova, Sergei Zinchenko, Pavlodar, especially for the Single Market Program. Implementation of the major infrastructure projects is a kind of support for some companies in the time of crisis for the national economy, as demand for the field-specific production products is ensured by the large government orders. But in this case, competition in the domestic market would not be avoided. Well, put your trust in demand and keep your powder dry. Location in the Eurasian Center, the 9th largest country in the world, 88,000 highways and 14,000 railroads. Kazakhstan is defined by these factors as an ideal platform for developing non-resource economy. This platform will act as a launch for promoting demand in the relevant areas, if it is strengthened enough. Multiplier effect formed today by implementing the infrastructure projects under the Kazakhstan's program Joly is one of such examples. The first companies to feel this effect are the companies producing the products which affect the possibility of road construction itself. We're talking about the road construction companies. Asphalt Beton 1 is one of such companies. It is considered to be one of the oldest companies in Kazakhstan. The company was founded in 1968. For half a century, the company's experience counts hundreds of kilometers of new roads constructed using its building materials. Today, the company operates on a cluster-type basis. Minerals mining is the first link that starts the closed production circuit. We have 2 boro pits in the Almaty region. They're located about 40 kilometers away from the city. Production capacity is 1 million tons of fraction crushed aggregates. Today, this company produces more than 30 kinds of asphalt concrete, including such types of highly demanded road building materials as petroleum bitumen, ready-mix concrete, and reinforced concrete. The annual production volume of the asphalt concrete is 1 million tons. Petroleum bitumen is about 100,000 tons. We can also produce about 100,000 tons of the ready-mix concrete, and reinforced concrete about 60,000 meters squared. In 2016, the ultra-mobile asphalt concrete plant manufactured by the Marini company was implemented here under the upgrade program. This equipment was used to build many roads in Italy, France, and Russia. Features of this new equipment are so much easy to manufacture and efficient that this complex is often called as the asphalt concrete factory. The capacity of this equipment is 180 tons in an hour, which is 80% higher than previously produced by the older equipment. The asphalt concrete plant is operated by the operator who enters the desired recipe in the system and starts the production process. Dealing with each type of mixture has its own nuances. For example, in the case of the stone mastic asphalt, various stabilizers will be added to the mixture. We are constantly improving, upgrading our technical machinery. In the future, we are planning to install another plant that will produce more than 200 tons in an hour. In addition, it will produce the asphalt concrete. Moreover, the environmental impact level of the process has significantly dropped due to the European quality of the ultra-mobile equipment. Consequently, production of the road-building materials of this company has approximated the international environmental standards.
Техническая модернизация позволит предприятию...
Engineering modification will enable the company to produce more and better road-building materials. Demand for high-quality materials will grow with information of the national modern transport and communication systems. It means that this production has chosen the appropriate development path, Oleg Boldarev, Bakhidjan Bakhriev, especially for the Single Market Program. That's all for today. I'm Pavel Koktashev. Let me remind you that you can find all our stories at www.kazakh-tv.kz. See you in the next Single Market.